Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to another episode of the I Said What I Said podcast. I'm your host, Mr. Roby Hollywood. With me today, of course, is my producer, the very esteemed Musa Muhammad. What's going on, brother?
I feel insulted that I don't have a camera, even though we just talked about it.
Yeah, you know what, man? It happens. Sometimes, that voice in the background is necessary. You know what I mean? It has to be, that spirit in the background that nobody knows about. Plus, if they go to cancel us because of this...
I have a bunch of other stuff to cancel me already, so it's...
You know what I mean? Yeah, we'll go...
It's just extra stuff if I have a camera.
Yeah, exactly. They can put a face to the anti-Semitism, and it just becomes something completely different. You know what I mean? How was your week, brother?
It was stressful.
Stressful, eh?
Yeah.
Grandiose.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? If it's not stressful, it's not as exciting. You know
but there is a difference. But if it's too exciting, then it gets stressful. That's the problem. Because then if it's too exciting, then you're like, what if it goes wrong? And then you just get a headache and...
Dude, you need to get your meds recalibrated, brother. That's really what's going on. You need to get your meds recalibrated because...
The recalibration will need to come in new meds. My problem is sleep.
If all else fails, this puppy never does, buddy. All right, so let's get into it. Starting with the Delta variant. Musa, were you vaccinated?
Yeah, I got my second dose like last week or something like that.
Yeah. See, I don't know. It's weird because I'm torn. I'm not vaccinated. Yeah, fuck you. With your judgmental look, I can tell.
I'm not being that. It's just...
No, not you. I'm talking about the audience. I know for sure there's somebody who's just like, I'm turning this off. Yeah. You know what I mean? Look, I'm not an anti-vaxxer. Here's where I stand on the whole thing, right? I'm big on vaccine, man. I have a baby. This little nigga went through the whole, shebang of all the vaccinations. Yeah. My thing is...
Hold on. How long into his life was he, did COVID start? Or was he born?
Oh, he was born March 29th, 2019. So he was literally... Yeah, we were in lockdown. Yeah. Like, for example, when we had him, my mom was supposed to come down and help. You know what I mean? But she couldn't. It was just me and my lady in the... It was just me and my lady in the delivery room. You know what I mean? I have a bit about that too, about how everybody walks in one way but never walks out the same. You know what I mean? I was a firm witness to a man doing crochet on my girl's pussy. Like I never seen that shit, bro. It's never the same. You know what I mean? Like this little cocoon of warmth and happiness that I used to slide in after a long day's work, and see unicorns and fucking rainbows. I just watch it turn into a creature of the Lord of the Flies, bro. Just...
And then my relationship with my mom, and I just can't look at her.
Bro, let me tell you something, man. Listen, that lady put... Yeah, man. That lady went through a lot. You put that coochie through a lot, brother. You know what I'm saying? That's why I gotta call my mom. Make sure that always sound like, thank you for damaging your coochie, mama. I'm very appreciative. You know what I mean? But yeah, so on the whole vaccine thing, look, my thing with me is, and it's weird when I say that because people are like, okay, the research was being done for the last 20 some odd years.
Yeah.
Right. So, because my thing was, hey, I feel like you guys whipped this up very quickly. You know what I'm saying? It's like those pre-made pancake mixes. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they had one. Yeah. You know what I mean? Plus, there's too much shit that went wrong. Plus, I was talking to a friend of mine the other day. I remember the whole AstraZeneca debacle.
Oh, yeah.
Huh?
Wait, was that the one where they had the wrong ingredient? Or, they put saline in people instead?
No. There was this vaccine, AstraZeneca, people started getting blood clots.
Oh, I think that was Johnson & Johnson, actually.
Was it Johnson & Johnson? I feel Johnson & Johnson and AstraZeneca both...
Maybe it was both.
Yeah, because people were losing it on the AstraZeneca thing. But see, my friend told me that now they rebranded the AstraZeneca vaccine and call it Ontario Vaccine. So if you look at your immunization record, whatever it is, and it says Ontario Vaccine, you got that AstraZeneca, son. That shit is half jet fuel, half vaccine. You don't even know.
Yeah. It's not giving you better reception. It's improving your running.
Yeah. Have you been seeing these videos online of people having these crazy side effects?
Yeah, but I think a lot of them do you remember the one where they would put it on their arm?
Yeah,
that's bullshit. There's some like physics thing called hypertension. It's the same reason why if you take a balloon and you rub it against something and you stick it to your hair.
No, that bitch looked musky. That was just a bitch who did not
but
shower.
There were so many people that did it though. That's why I think so many people got convinced. Because you saw, let's see if the conspiracy is true, just in there.
But there was one of this girl that was fucking. Yo, dog, she was out here doing the Harlem Shake in this motherfucker, dog. Like, fucking, you know what I mean? That shit scares the fuck out of me. But then people are like, okay, you know what? It's 1 in 6 million. Yeah, that's funny for you to say when you're that one guy who it happened to. I don't give a fuck how big the statistic, you know what I mean?
Well, it's the idea of, like, you know the train situation?
Right.
It's that same thing, but it's a random person of that 6 million people on the track.
Yeah. But yeah, man, like, it's okay, like, but also at the same time, it's like I have these debates with myself, and sometimes I'm like, okay, but Rob, you don't know what the fuck is in Fruit Loops either, but you eat these motherfuckers every single morning. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like with the kinds of shit that I put through my body, bro. Like, come on, dog. You know what I mean? It's, dude. I like years ago, you know what I'm saying? I went to Vegas and I fucked a stripper I didn't know, and the condom may or may not have been on. Like, I'm gonna be scared of a vaccine? Like, that's crazy.
That's true. Crazy. That's true.
So
it's 1 in a million. Like, you took your, but yeah. See, the thing is you shouldn't be scared of the vaccine, because think about the chances of getting a stripper pregnant. And then think about your chances of getting a blood clot. And the thing about the blood clots is that they can have them removed.
But see, here's the thing though. I've gotten a stripper pregnant in the past. Of course, she had she did the humane thing, which was getting rid of it.
Okay, well, what percent in the U.S. or Canada of people are Catholic or religious? Then you have to factor that in too.
But apparently, though, with this Delta variant, though, like the majority of like hospitalizations is with unvaccinated people. Of course. But here's the thing, though. Here's another thing too. Is I never slow down during this whole thing, dog. I was still partying. I was still like, you know what I'm saying? Like, never, like, even in lockdowns, like, I was going to fucking, listen, I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? You can judge me if you want. But I was going to fucking lockdown parties and all this
stuff. You know how we're the opposite? You were still doing your stuff, and then I was inside for so long.
Oh, dude.
That for a while, if I just closed my eyes, I could see the outline of my computer screen.
Holy fuck.
It was, because it was like, I was just doing all my work on there, and YouTube, and I would go on Discord calls with my friend and play video games with them. Yeah. So everything, and it's just, I try and get my friends outside now, and they're like, but what about League?
Nah, dude. But see, here's the thing too, though, because I do a lot of acting gigs and stuff like that, I get tested all the time. Yeah. Never got COVID once.
I didn't get tested until like this year.
Oh yeah? No, dude, no. Because of like the acting gigs and all these type of things, I have to, like, I'm constantly being tested. Like, as soon as productions resumed and I was going back to work, I was like getting tested all the time. And dude, I'm one of those people. Like, first of all, I was an anti-masker for the first half of this fucking thing.
Really?
Oh, dude, I was at. I don't know what it is. I think my dad fucked me up in a way. I have like a strong anti-authority vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, if you tell me, like, it would have been much easier if they tried to what's the word when you try to psychologically trick somebody?
Like reverse psychology.
If you did try reverse psychology me into the mask, that would have been so much better. You know what I mean? But then I got tired of like old ladies at Walmart looking at me like I'm carrying a basket of shit on my head.
Well, because here's the thing. We just saw it differently. Like, for me, it was like, I don't care what the government says. For people, there are people obviously being hospitalized. Mm-hmm. I'm sure. Did you doubt that? Did you think maybe they weren't?
No. See, there's definitely motherfuckers. Like, look, here's the thing, right? Like, I'm not saying that the disease is not real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But see, a lot of people saw it that way. A lot of the people who didn't wear masks, they also believe that. And so that's
that's just retarded.
That's like almost that's pretty much schizophrenia.
That's really what it is.
And but those are the same who are doing the mask stuff, right? And so a lot of people who are staying inside, they were on social media seeing that stuff, thinking, oh, everybody who's an anti-masker is schizophrenic.
No, but okay. Here's where I kind of like split the cake, because to me, yes, it's real, right? But nobody, like, I don't think there was a high number of people who just died from COVID. Yeah. Like, nobody's talking about all these other comorbidity shit You know what I'm saying?
No, but here's the thing. Even with that, that's a bigger motivation to wear the mask. Because COVID, if you have one illness and then another illness,
no, but the point that I'm
it's
trying to make
always gonna be worse.
is also the reason why I was kind of like had a nonchalant attitude about it. Is because I'm young, I'm in good health, right? I exercise, I eat well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I take really good care of myself. So it wasn't like minus like a couple bad habits here and there. You know what I mean? Like. Fuck, we're comedians, dude. We're in fucking bars every single night.
The sleep schedule.
Yeah, so other than those things, but like, on the grander scale of things, I don't have, you know what I mean? Like like my dad, for example. If my dad told me he's not getting the vaccine, I will smack him around. Get the fuck out of here. Go get that vaccine. Are you dumb?
Which one would kill him? And one light smack?
No, the guy is diabetic. The guy is diabetic. Is like fucking, he has hypertension. Go get the fucking vaccine, Dad. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause like rolling the dice is not worth it on your end. For me, I'm just kind of like, okay, is it worth the risk? What am I really like? You know what I mean? Cause it's like I don't have all what I like to call it the COVID fixings. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. There's a little ingredients that COVID loves. Just that little diabetes, a little taste of like hypertension. That's what like, and I feel like that's another thing too that I'm worried about is I feel like people have not learned that taking care of yourself, it's not just COVID. This has exposed how bad people are at taking care of themselves.
Well, hold on, I have a counter argument to this. I think COVID, it helps people because since they were home more, something like 20% of people were unemployed, 30% of people at one point or something like that. I'll take one more hit. And the lockdown, it's like they almost they were like, okay, now I have time to go on a walk since I'm not, And so they realized, oh, taking care of myself isn't that bad.
Yeah, I mean, but do you think that's what it is, though? Is people didn't have time? Like, that's what the problem is? Like, people didn't have time to take care of themselves?
But
I think that's bullshit.
That's the excuse they made to themselves. Yeah. And so now that they didn't go to work or they didn't have any commute time, for a lot of people, it was like, okay, what excuse do I have now? I'll just do it. And then those people are... They're some of them are doing better. Yeah. Some of them are doing worse since.
Speaking of commute, man, like fucking shit is getting out of hand again. Gas is a 138. Look, honestly, frankly, I'm out here sometimes catching myself being like, you know what, Jesus, send this fourth wave, goddammit. The way the prices of gas are going, bro. I used to make it from downtown Toronto to Mississauga at the height of the pandemic, 20 minutes. 20 minutes. There's no cars on the road. You know what I mean? Like I try to go my office is here in Whitby. And
you have an office?
Yeah, dude. Like
that's wild.
Bro. I'm a guy.
I get it, man.
I'm a guy, bro. But like so my office is here in Whitby, and I had to go to a shoot in the beaches. Right? Bro, at 4:00 in the afternoon, I put in my GPS. 1 hour and 24 minutes. That is, listen, bro. I was like, you know what? No, send this fourth wave, Jesus. This is unsustainable.
Okay, but
there is a population control issue here that needs to be addressed.
Well, it's a trade-off then. Here's the trade-off. Fourth wave comes, less traffic, but then the gas prices go even higher.
No, they go lower because there is less cars.
No. I'm saying post-COVID.
Post-COVID,
instead of being like $1.39 or $1.28, I saw $1.39 a few days ago.
Dude, it's unreal.
I was like, just buy a Tesla. Just put your kids' college. You'll make it back. You'll just save the gas money. You know what I mean?
No, but then again, no. But there is also all kinds of other trade-offs there too. Like it's the mileage that those things get. Like it's annoying.
But it's all free though.
That is true.
If you're not like in a rural kind of place. Yeah, around here, I'm sure there are a few chargers somewhere.
Oh, for sure.
So that's what I'm saying. If you're not going too far, to a rural place, and you're going towards a city or just around here, you'll be fine. Yeah, you could get the things installed, solar panels, and then have a battery. My dad is working for a company that does that.
Dude, are you here promoting your?
No,
promoting your. You know what I'm saying?
Plug them?
Your dad's company just like plug it. It's like
listen, he's not getting any cuts from it, so unless I get a discount code.
But so going back to just like my whole approach to it, I went again and I had to get tested again. Like I think last week, and the latest. This I almost scared the appointment. But like, here's the thing too. My girl is like gong ho. Like, yo, I'm not getting that vaccine. She's a hardcore conspiracy theorist. You know what I'm saying? She's like, she knew about Epstein Island before that shit was in the news.
Well,
like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So for her, it's just like, yo,
but
no.
But a lot of this stuff isn't conspiracies, though.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah. But like, I'm saying, like, though, like her level of distrust is like at the peak, to the point where like when we're opening back up and there was this whole thing about like they were talking about the possibility of COVID passports.
Yeah.
She went and renewed her passport and the baby's passport. She's like, listen, I don't know what you're doing, but when they introduce these fucking passports, me and the baby are out of here. You're free to come. I'm like, where are you gonna go, bro? You gonna go to what? To Venezuela?
Yeah.
Like, what is it? Where is this free land?
Cuba, like,
you know what I'm saying? Like, where are you going?
Yeah.
Like, it's gonna be better than this. Like, no, honestly, I cannot live under such conditions.
Yeah.
Okay, go to Cuba. Ask those guys how it's working out for them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, I don't know, man.
You know what I heard about like Cuba and communism that I thought was an interesting take on it? Okay, so they always say like, oh, 500 million people were killed from communism. And how over time it's been like so much more. Like 10 years ago you'd hear 200 million, just some like crazy number like that.
Right.
But when people get killed in capitalism because they can't make enough money, they say, well, you know. So it's like it's neither are good. That's the thing. People are defending capitalism with that. Well, the reasonable people are saying, oh yeah, well we'll use both.
No, but that's the classic. History is written by the winners. You know what
That
I'm saying?
too, yeah.
Capitalism won. It gets to frame the narrative.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if like, although like communism to me is against everything that I believe in. So like I'm a hardcore capitalist. Just like Michael Che, I believe people on welfare shouldn't eat breakfast. What do you need all that energy for?
That's
Go
hilarious.
back to bed. It makes no sense. That's not my joke, but like it's
I know you credited Michael Che.
I had to credit the man.
He's hilarious, man.
It's brilliant.
Hold on, did you see his new show?
I watched some of it. Like it's the sketch show. I started watching some of it. I kind of fell off. I didn't have the time to like. But
not all of it was good.
Yeah.
But the first sketch where he's in the
elevator
elevator with the white lady, that sketch
kills.
was
that kills. The man is hilarious. But so. Yeah. So back to the Delta variant. Do you think they're gonna be? We're looking at the possibility of another lockdown.
The possibility. I guess that's a.
Because winter is when the numbers actually
Winter
flare
is
out.
coming.
Winter is coming. Yo, did you notice how at the end of fucking when the final episode of Game of Thrones aired, and winter actually did came. That's when we started looking at this fucking COVID situation right in the face. So winter was fucking coming.
It was.
You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't. Do you think the country can sustain another lockdown?
That's why I say more people need to be vaccinated. And I think we need to open the borders.
Is the vaccine really like has it been proven? They're saying like they're throwing crazy numbers like 97% of hospitalizations. Because I feel like in the winter, we're going to start seeing a lot of these vaccinated motherfuckers start going to the hospital. And that's when it's going to be a real fucking
hold on.
problem.
I read a study. 90% or something like that of vaccines, all the side effects either were showed in the first 2 months or started showing in the first 2 months.
No, I'm not saying side effects from the vaccine. I'm saying when the winter numbers, right? Because once the flu gets mixed in, then this thing fucking goes crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that when winter comes, and we start seeing more and more vaccinated people catching COVID, even possibly that you're gonna tell me that nobody who's been out of the millions of people who've been vaccinated, nobody has died from COVID?
No, I'm sure a bunch of them have.
I'm sure, right?
So, but if you think it's like what 0.2% of
see,
people.
The point I'm trying to make is whatever the percentage is, as soon as he makes it into the conversation. Once let's even say like it's a small number, like I don't know, 25 people died who were vaccinated.
Okay, hold on.
As soon as it goes into the conversation,
Died from the vaccination or
no,
COVID?
not the vaccination, from COVID.
Okay,
so you got vaccinated and you still died from COVID.
To this. Okay, let's say everyone's vaccinated, just assuming.
Right.
All right, and it's a 95% on average working rate. So you have a 95% chance not to get COVID. That 5%, you take the 2% of that who die from COVID, or even it's 1%, isn't it? Isn't that what the numbers actually show?
Even if it's 0.5,
hold on, and then if they catch COVID, because that doesn't mean everyone's catching COVID still.
No, I understand that, but see, the point that I'm trying to make is, I'm not saying that the numbers are going to somehow prove that the vaccine doesn't work. I'm saying once the idea of people who have been vaccinated dying from COVID goes onto the internet, it's not going to help convince more people to get the vaccine, because people now will have that, oh, what the fuck? Those guys got the vaccine and they still died. What's the point of me doing it? You see what I'm saying? Like it's. I'm not saying that the vaccine doesn't work, or people who have gotten the vaccine died from COVID prove that the vaccine doesn't work. No, it's because everything is about the narrative, right? Like, why are people not getting vaccinated? You know what I'm saying?
Listen, I think people will just have to take the risk. I think they will end up doing that.
Yeah.
Just for their so they don't kill themselves from just staying inside all the time. You know what I mean? I mean, wouldn't you if you stayed inside all the time?
I have not stayed inside once.
See?
You know what I'm saying? If this shit was killing like 1 in every 10 people, for sure I'm locking my doors.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But like I'm like, yo, there is all kinds of things that I do. Like, what was the mortality? Like, what, 0.0001 or something like that?
No, it was like 1%. No.
It wasn't 1%. It was not.
It was initially 2%.
It was never up to, was it 1% or 1%?
It was initially 2%. But then the numbers like in the U.S. showed that it was 1%.
Was it 1? Okay, maybe. I don't know. You know what? Actually, why do we not ask the machines?
Let's ask the machines, and then we'll move on to Cosby release. I want to talk about this.
Okay. I think you're right. It's about almost 1%.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, there's all kinds of shit that I do. There's more than a 1% chance that I'm going to die doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I don't know. Yeah. Like drinking fucking Monsters every day. Like,
you really drink those every day?
Dude, listen, I call this sometimes.
That was a Monster before? Oh. Was that the same color?
That was rum. But I mixed it with...
Really? At this hour?
Bro, the fuck? It's Sunday.
I guess, but...
It is 5 o'clock in Thailand, bro. Moving on. Bill Cosby was released. Oh, look at God. Jesus H. Ebenezer Christ. Oh, man, dude. On a technicality, too. But you know what, though? Here's the thing. Here's what my theory is. I think this was planned from the go. It was a deal they worked out. They're like, look, Mr. Cosby, we can't let you go. You're going to have to do at least 2 years. At the end, we're going to come up with something that the technical, but we have to give the people something. The barbarians are at the gates. We have to give him. I bet you he had a great time in prison. Like, this nigga probably had, like, you know what I'm saying? The NFL package.
He was in VI prison.
Himself, for sure. They had to work out something, and then he's like, okay, you know what? Fuck it.
All right. Were like, by the way, after when you do the next Pudding Pop commercial.
Yeah, that's on you, too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're coming back, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, like, I feel like that's what that was. How are you going to tell me that nobody realized? This is one of the biggest, because this guy has, like, the best lawyers that money can buy. Nobody noticed that there was a deal that was in place to not prosecute. Fuck you, you're not. You know what I mean? No, they knew for sure. They just worked out a deal with him. They're like, look, Mr. Cosby, these bitches are still crying. We have to do something. We don't want to do this to you, Mr. Cosby. We don't want to do this. You're America's dad, Mr. Cosby. You know what I mean? But we're going to need you to go away for about 2 years. He was probably on an island somewhere. You think he was in prison. That's fucking bullshit. Did you see how that guy came out? Like, how did he not get looked? He looked like he had a little bit of a pep in his step when he got out of prison.
Well, I mean, anytime anybody that rich getting out of anything, you know what I mean? It's like, oh yeah, hell yeah. Yeah. I was bored before, but now I'm not bored and rich.
No, but for real though, but like, what do you think about that? Like, do you really think the $1 million lawyers that Bill Cosby had really never noticed that there was a deal that was in place to not prosecute this motherfucker? Fuck you.
Yeah.
No, you knew. They worked out a deal. They're like, look, we're gonna have to put you away for a little bit.
Okay, I have a question I want to ask you about this. His special, next special.
He's not gonna do a special.
No, I'm saying, assuming he makes another special.
I will fucking go. If Bill Cosby came to the ACC, dude, I'm buying that ticket because I just wanna see the. I went to see Louis C.K.
You went to see him?
Yeah.
With Fatty?
Yeah, with Fatty.
I knew Fatty went.
Yeah. So we all went. Me, Fatty, and Johnny Rogers.
Yeah.
Great fucking show. But yeah, man, like this dude, like I just wanted to see what he was going to say about the situation.
Yeah.
And it was hilarious too. Like
hold on, because did you watch his special?
Yeah. That's the material that he did.
But a lot of it was cut out. Didn't he do like an hour and a half in person?
Yeah, something. Yeah.
What did he say? Because otherwise,
it was edited differently. But there was the stuff in. Yeah, I'm trying to remember if there was anything in the special that was not. Anything in the live show that wasn't.
Here's what he said about in the special. He said in the beginning he talked about how he went to like Europe because he had to do shows because he was exiled, and he was like, "How was your 2018 and 2019?"
Yeah. No. He said no. He talks about it, he mentions the fact he's like, "Oh, I like jerking off. I just don't like doing it alone."
That was funny.
That's about he you know what I mean? He's like, "I'm very good at it.
Yeah.
I like people to watch." You know what I'm saying? That was fucking hilarious. But he didn't go too crazy. He didn't have like 35 minutes on. I think maybe he did like 15, 20 minutes max on the whole thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, I don't think Bill, but see, it's not the same thing though. Bill Cosby's out here accused to. Cause see, like it's weird though. Like when you look at it, at this whole like Cosby thing, Quaaludes in the '80s was pretty much the equivalent of Molly now. You know what I mean? Like that's what like people just took those pills to party. People were pill popping. You know what I'm saying? And the other thing too is if you, it's so odd to think that it is so implausible for a woman to rely on her attractiveness in order to try to move up in Hollywood. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, cause look, is it so implausible that one of these 60 women, or 2 or 3, came to Cosby's place? Because look, that it's a cutthroat business, it's show business, right? These women, like, they're models, they want to get into acting, right? Like if you listen, the story is always the same. Oh, I looked at Bill Cosby as a mentor and he tried to fuck me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the general story all around, right? All these women came to his place because they wanted some advice in acting and all these kinds of things. Now, it's not so implausible that these women might have been like, yo, I gotta do what I gotta do kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, let me, like, is it, because when you listen to it, it's like, okay, me and Bill were hanging out. It's 3:00 in the morning. I'm in his apartment. I'm in his house.
Yeah.
He brings out a bottle of wine, and then I told him I had a headache, and he gave me these pills, and the next thing you know, his dick is in my mouth. Like, it is fucked up, but is it so implausible to think that these women, some of them might have been like, hey, I might want to fuck my way to the top? Is it so implausible that we cannot even like consider?
Well, yeah.
You know what I
I'm
mean?
sure that's what happened with a lot of Harvey Weinstein's, harem, I guess.
It's no, but see,
Hollywood harem.
I think there is this thing where like men using their position of influence to attract women or have get sex is so frowned upon. Yet if I'm a woman and I'm like, you know what, I want to put on a certain kind of clothing or whatever it is to be able to attract a man, whatever it is, right? That's acceptable, right? Like, because look at a man like Harvey Weinstein. How else are you supposed to get pussy when you look like Harvey Weinstein?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You are a fat, ugly motherfucker.
Yeah.
How else is this nigga supposed to like participate in the gene pool.
And he's
you know
Jewish.
What I'm saying?
So.
And, oh God! Like, what do you think consent is gonna be like in 50 years?
That's a good question.
I don't know, bro. Like nowadays, bro, we live in dangerous times. I won't even smell pussy by accident. You know what I'm saying? If I walk in an elevator and like, you know what I'm saying, there's a woman in there who may have questionable hygiene practices, and I happen to smell a whiff of the pussy, I'm like, oh, madam, I apologize. I don't think you consented to me taking a whiff of this very, 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 very smell pussy that you have on you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't trying to get in those kinds of troubles.
Yeah.
Not me, son. That's not how I'm going out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
or you're like, oh, tuna fish? Or just
like tuna for lunch? Yeah. No. But like the smell of musky pussy is very recognizable. You know what I mean? You can't. It's you know what I'm saying. When people say like it smells like tuna, I'm like, I don't know what kind of tuna. I don't know what kind of tuna you eating, bro.
But just acknowledge.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like pussy, like stink pussy does not smell like fish. It's a different odor. It's,
but you get what I'm saying. Like, look, the security camera, you say that.
Yeah, dude. No. I gotta look at him like, madam. I just wanted to ask if you consent for me smelling whatever that nuclear meltdown going on in your panties is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I have to ask permission. Dude. You can't get caught slipping. You know what I'm saying? Like now if I'm gonna have sex with a girl, like yo, I need 2 blood samples and 3 DNA samples and 16 signatures. I got a release form this big. You know what I mean? Yeah. We're gonna have to what we ain't gonna do, you know what I'm saying? Like I have Mr. Rabinowitz on the phone here. He would like to he just wants to walk you through something before I get in there. You know what I'm saying? Do you mind having a chat with him? It's a small call, 35 minutes max.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But think about like how by the time you need that, would you be able to afford it? Like just like the starting time you need that?
You know what you cannot afford is 15 to life. You cannot afford that.
But I don't think so many people I think people who aren't celebrities, it's harder for them to get accused.
What do you mean, bro? What do you mean? Let me tell you something.
This
happened to me personally.
No, listen, because it's harder for victims to coordinate.
What the fuck?
If they're not
bro, let me tell you something. The issue is not even not even getting convicted. Is having to go through the ordeal.
That's a pretty big problem,
bro. Let me tell you, like this happened to me personally. Okay, like I used to have this ex-girlfriend. It's true. Like I've talked about it on other people's shows before. Mm-hmm. Like I had an ex-girlfriend who so we broke up, but we had this thing where we were kind of like, you know, still fucking around. You know what I mean? So like she moved out of town. Her family owned like resorts in Jamaica and stuff like that. This is a white girl too.
Is that still slavery then?
I listen, brother. Let me tell you something. Whatever the fuck that was, I would have picked her cutting, no problem. Other than her putting me through what the fuck she put me through. So she would go back. She was back and forth between Toronto and Jamaica. And whenever she came in town. Like even when I was seeing somebody back then, not now, babe. But like we'll still fuck around, right?
Yeah. I feel good that you said that now.
Yeah, no, I had to make sure that you know, you do the proper disclosures. You know what I mean? You don't want to be sleeping on the couch, dear buddy.
Yeah.
But yeah,
so sleep on the couch.
So it got to a point though, like it was one of those relationships where we can only sustain each other for no more than like 6 hours at a time, or we would remember why we broke up. You know what I'm saying? The sex was insane because we hated each other deep down. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So eventually I ended up meeting this other girl, and I kind of wanted to make things work. So I don't want to fuck around anymore, right? Mm-hmm. So she comes to Toronto, and she's like, "Yo," she calls me, and like I had told her, I was like, "Yo, listen, you know, I don't want to do this anymore. I started seeing somebody new." Okay, no problem. And then she calls me. She's like, "Yo, do you know where I can get some weed?" Right? I'm like, you know what? I know how this goes. I don't want to get into all that. No, I don't. Right? Because I know it was just an excuse to like start a conversation, and then it was gonna end up being a clusterfuck of other things. Right? So me and my boy end up going to the club that night, and then on the way back to my house, I'm drunk as fuck. I'm like 2 bottles of Hennessy deep. Right? I end up remembering that I don't have any weed at home. I'm like, fuck. So I call her to ask her if she ended up finding any and who she called, because my guy was not in town that time.
Yeah.
She's like,
you have to have a few, bro. Come on.
Huh?
You have to have a few.
Yeah, no. Like I said, no. Listen, my barber, my dentist, my weed man, those people deserve my unadulterated, you know what I'm saying, loyalty. Oh, yeah, I'm a girl.
A backup then.
Yeah, you gotta have them. No, but now the government sells weed. This was back. This was years ago, right?
Still, back then, too.
Yeah, you know, I don't like to have a circle of criminals around me. I would just rather have one guy.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I end up calling her. She's like, yeah, come through. You know what? I found some. So I get there. God, so, you know, we start talking. We're drinking. Obviously, I'm not going to pop up and be like, yo, hand me the matas and I'm getting the fuck out of here. Obviously, you know, you got to hang out and spend time, da-da-da. So we start doing the whole reminiscing thing. Oh, remember when we did this and when we did that and da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, right? So one thing leads to another. She's like, oh, my shoulder hurts. She's like, okay, you remember your back massages? So I massage your shoulders and shit. And then I started feeling bad. I'm like, you know what the fuck am I doing, man? I don't want to do this right now. So I tell him, like, listen, I met somebody, like, you know, I don't think I want to do this. Like, you know, I know where this is leading, da-da-da. So she's drunk, I'm drunk. She starts arguing. Oh, who the fuck do you think you are? Da-da-da-da-da. Like, you know, so you met somebody. So, you know, when I had a boyfriend last time and I was here, you know what I'm saying? You didn't seem to care when I was with somebody, blah, blah, blah. So now it's going back to that toxic fucking. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm out of here. So I leave. Right? Bro. 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
My dad calls me. He's like, yo, the cops are here looking for you. What? He's like, yeah, the cops are here looking for you. There is a warrant for your arrest for a sexual assault charge. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? So I put two and two together. I realized it's this bitch. You know what I'm saying? So that was the weekend of my birthday, my 29th birthday. So I'm like, okay, I know it's this bitch. There's no way she's going to be able to prove any of this anyway. I just have to go through the fucking motions. But my birthday's coming up. I knew if I turn myself in, they will have to arrest me. And then when they arrest me, I have to go to court and da-da-da. I'm like, yo, my birthday's this weekend. I'm going to go out. You know what I'm saying? And then I'll turn myself in on Monday and then we'll fucking figure this out, right? So I end up calling a friend of mine. Like, so I was having a dinner that night with a bunch of my friends and some coworkers and stuff like that, right? So I ended up calling a friend that we had in common. I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm having this dinner, this and this and this and that. Are you coming? What I didn't realize is she was with that bitch that day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So she ends up telling us, like, hey, Rob just called. He's having this dinner thing. You want to go? She's like, oh, okay. Where is he? Oh, it's here, da-da-da. Bro, she ends up calling the cops, right? Telling them when my dinner is happening. And I got arrested at the dinner table on my birthday with my girlfriend there and a bunch of my friends and coworkers on my 29th fucking birthday, bro. God damn, bro. So, no, dude. So this gets crazy. So
it's a good way to get out of paying the check. That's
fuck, dude. You really you think so? Like, you think that was my issue?
It's a good excuse.
My girlfriend still had to pay for the food that I even left on, like my lamb chops. I did. Oh God, when I remember the lamb chops, that's what's so upsetting. Bitch, I got $80 in lamb chops that I didn't even get to
$80.
eat. Bro, it was nice. It was a fucking. It was this Italian restaurant on Young and Eglinton.
That's a little much though.
Bro, listen, my fiscal responsibility is mine to deal with. But either ways, so obviously, like, so now it's on the weekend. So that means, like, so it's on a Friday night. No court. There's no court on Saturday. So that means I had to wait until Monday, right? Until Monday, to be able to fucking go to court. But the matter of fact is, it took me 3 years of, like, because, you know, to give your disclosures and all this type of thing, go back and forth to court for them to eventually drop the case, to say, like, oh, yeah, there is no evidence that this happened. But I still had to go through 3 years of lawyers and days off work and all this kind of shit and bail conditions for them to eventually drop the case. Because there was no evidence, because eventually they did it back. Like, yeah, this shit never happened. You know what I'm saying? So like the point that I was trying to make is even when you're not a celebrity, like an accusation like that can ruin your fucking life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So fuck, man. So to tell me that Cosby's lawyers did not, you know what I'm saying, did not know that this guy had a non-prosecution agreement, go fuck yourself.
I guess you still lost money after the lawyers.
Of course, bro. You know how much money I lost, and I can't sue this bitch because she owns nothing.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
If only you had the chance to pay that bill.
Oh,
maybe it would have all been different.
It maybe. Who the fuck knows? All right, moving on. Tokyo 2020. Are you watching the Olympics?
Why? Oh, so these people aren't even the best.
What do you mean? They are the best.
No, you know why they're not the best? Because, okay, so you know how like Europe and all the countries in the Eastern Hemisphere are all into like soccer more.
Right.
Over here, we're more into basketball.
Right.
Well, they can't put everybody in the NBA like on the Olympic stage. And so if you want really the best, you go to their like the best countries' leagues, and then you'll see the best.
Nah.
That's how I see it.
I mean, I don't even watch basketball in the Olympics, man. My shit is beach volleyball, nigga. I'm just trying to see that Brazilian ass.
Yeah, but you go on YouTube. You don't need the Olympics for that.
No. I like to watch that shit live too. Just be like, maybe the sexiest bitches get to win the medals this year.
Yeah.
Fantastic. You know what I mean? I don't know, bro. Like these Olympics though, they have been like they have been like fucking smeared in controversy, right? Yeah. Started with that whole Sha'Carri Richardson scandal and shit. This girl got caught out for smoking weed. But see, I'm torn about that, right? Here is where I stand. Bitch, you knew the rules. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, no. Without rules, all we're left with is chaos. Now,
exactly. Do
I think weed should be something that disqualifies you as an athlete? Mm-hmm. That's bullshit. I feel like this stems from, the whole war on drugs. Because the reason why weed, like the government is so gung-ho on weed is because, like, for example, in the States, weed was a way, like, at least in the 50s, because, quote unquote, it was something that was consumed by black people, right? Or people of color. So the FBI used it as a way to be able to crack down on what they felt were like, black militants and all this kinds of shit, right? Mm-hmm. But I don't think, how does weed make you perform better as an athlete?
Maybe you just have to find the strain, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Gotta try the blueberry.
Like, look at you. You're sitting on you're high right now. You're sitting on the couch and you can barely hold your mic. Imagine if you had to run 100 meters.
No, anything you would more lose than your mind. Is too much. They don't want to hear me this close.
You know what I mean? Like it's just man. Like, dude, I don't know. Like it's. But then they're saying like, okay, you know what? Her mom had just died, and that's her coping mechanism. It was her dad, actually. It was her dad?
Yeah.
Was it her dad or was it her mom?
It was her dad.
It was her dad?
Yeah.
Are you sure, bro?
I'm 90% sure it was.
I am pretty positive it was her dad. No?
I said her dad.
No, sorry, her mom. Sorry.
No, it's her dad.
Let's find out. I don't wanna be wrong about this.
But I think it was good for her career.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, she was in the Nike ad that they put a snippet of Kanye West's album on. That's a pretty big promotion.
Dude, I think she had something like 90,000 followers on Instagram.
Yeah.
And then when all this shit happened, she's almost at 1 million now. We're talking about like fucking Michelle Obama tweeting about her and shit. I'm like, man, fuck off. Yeah. Like, listen, this girl knew the rules, but like, I still want to find out. Yeah, like, like she knew what the rules were, right? But at the same time, too, it's just kind of like they need to change it up because weed is not something that I think people should be getting disqualified for as athletes. That's total bullshit. But yeah, there's also the whole thing about the beds at the Olympics being designed to make sure that athletes don't fuck. I'm like, what?
Well, it's like it's a pussy party at every other Olympics.
Dude, these are some of the most attractive people in the world, right? The fittest. They're like, how are they not gonna fuck?
Yeah.
That's crazy. That is crazy. And why would you not want to? How is that any of your fucking business?
It's just Japan. They're too. No, you have to work. All you get to do here is work, and then we put some math books in your drawers.
But then, how is it that somehow these are the same cultures that have like 1 billion people? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just...
Well, because that's all. Well,
So that means y'all fucking.
You know why I think it is? It's because it's just a couple, and they're like, we're gonna have 18 children, and then I think it's different with China though. I think China would they're the ones with 18 billion.
Yeah.
Japan only has like what 18 million. Some really small.
But it's also a much smaller country also per se. I don't know why they're so gung-ho about them not fucking though. Like, it's just, you know what I'm saying? Imagine I just want a gold medal. Like, what else do I want? I want to get some pussy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it just, I don't know. Like, you just have a gang of the most attractive people hanging around each other. Somebody bound to fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I don't think they think of it that way. Because it's I think over here we have much more of a fun, like a mindset of fun.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
We focus on the fun more than the work. Even though the work is more annoying, and in a way we focus on that more.
Right.
But over there, it's all like, work. That's why the new generation is like fucking a lot less over there. Like, they're having a lot less kids. And so the government is trying to put in stuff like a 4-day work week.
Wow.
And they did experiments in different regions, and apparently that's working.
So a 4-day work week for people to like what? Take the 5th day to fuck?
No, just to like take off and relax because they weren't getting enough relaxation time.
Yeah.
That was the problem.
Shit, man. There was also the whole. Did you hear about the whole controversy of the director of the opening ceremony? His name is Kentaro Kobayashi. He was fired the day before the opening ceremony for a joke. So I guess he did stand up for a joke that he made on stage about the Holocaust in 1998.
Yeah,
that is fucked. You know what I mean? Apparently he said, I was looking it up earlier, and apparently he said some shit like, let's play Holocaust or something like that. Sounds like it was a shitty comic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was a shitty comic, but like, yeah, dude, like, for shit you said in 98, see, that scares the fuck out of me.
No.
Because I'm like, yo, I've said so many terrible things on the internet.
You know, I want to say, I think you'll be fine, though. You know why? Because if you put it on the internet, just mainly, like... If you try and grow your audience on the internet, they can't really cancel you because your audience won't be canceling you. It's other people.
Right.
So you won't. Even if you get fired from something, at least you have something.
No, but see, here's the thing though. When we're cancellation really hurt, because people like the bad side of cancellation is not that people are not consuming your content anymore. It's because they fuck with the companies that sign your check. You know what I'm saying? Let's say if you have a deal with Puma, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, a bunch of people don't like a joke that you made 10 years ago.
Yeah.
They're not going to be like, oh, yeah, we're not going to consume you. We're not going to give you the views anymore. Fuck that. Like, you don't care about that. Then they will just pressure Puma to release you from your deal. Now you're losing money. You know what I'm saying? You're not getting booked anymore. No, because,
Hold on. No. AdSense and Patreon, like AdSense on YouTube. Think about Joe Rogan's numbers, right? He was doing like what every week he did like 4 podcasts on YouTube at his height. He was getting like 10 million views every month from each video. Around was that?
Yeah.
Do you remember that? Yeah. That's 300 million views. That's $300,000 if you just put automatic ads in there, not from companies, from YouTube.
Right.
That's $300,000 a month just from that. That's enough.
That's
Dr. Dre's wife money.
Yeah,
that's what that
true.
is.
That's true. That's Dr. Dre's wife money. Oh man. I mean, like, but then you run the risk of, let's say, for example, if YouTube decide to demonetize you. That's what happened with that Crowder guy.
Yeah, but he was a piece of shit though.
Yeah,
he was a piece of shit. That was the thing. Joe Rogan isn't a piece of shit.
Yeah,
he's fine.
Was he a piece of shit though? Or you just don't like his opinion?
It doesn't have anything to do with his opinion, but he was like kind of like sending his fans to harass people. That's a piece of shit thing to do.
What do you mean, sending his fans to harass people?
Yeah, like saying, "Hey, go fuck with this guy," or he was like, "You're such a fucking idiot." He was a political guy.
Yeah.
But he was also spreading misinformation.
But what? But who
I don't remember what
who's,
about.
Who's to decide what is misinformation and what isn't? Because regardless of anything, though, right? There's a reason why, at least in the States, there is such a thing as the First Amendment. You know what I mean?
But hold on, but that's a private platform. That's a private company, and so if you were to give that to the government, that would kind of be communism because they would be the ones controlling it, and so they would be controlling all the dialogue, and that's China. So it's kind of I don't know.
I don't think, but he's censoring opinion. Even if you're like let's even say you're a private company, right? But I'm sure you enjoy quite a bit of public, like I'm sure there is some tax incentives that Google receives and all this type of thing. So you're still getting public money to a certain extent. So you should be held to certain, held to certain,
Standards.
certain standards that the public actually does put in place. You know what I'm saying? So if we have a First Amendment that says that I have the right to be able to express myself and say that, you know what I'm saying? If you're taking public money, you should be able to abide by certain of the ground rules that the public has set. You know what I mean?
But it's not really public money though. It's money from another private corporation.
No, but I'm saying, like, say for example, like Google gets tax incentives, right?
Yeah.
Like that's public money.
Yeah, but they're just a company. That's all they are.
They are a company, but that they enjoy the benefits of public funding in certain areas, like things like tax breaks and all these kinds of things, right?
Okay, well, what about Walmart? What if somebody goes and breaks a bunch of shit in Walmart?
That's not that's not comparable. How is that?
Well, because you're fucking up people by saying really stupid shit.
How you fucking up people?
Because they start to believe stupid shit.
Look, but
okay, I get there should be opposing opinions, but he didn't go to any special university. He didn't go to an Ivy League college or some stuff like that.
So, but see, that's where the problem comes in, is because you think that the only valid opinion is opinions for people who went to Ivy League colleges.
That's
and
not
all
what
this
I'm
type of
saying.
shit.
I'm
That's
saying
bullshit.
he should be removed because he harassed people. He should be able to have his shitty opinions if he didn't harass people.
Yes,
That's my
obviously,
point.
yes, that becomes like I haven't heard of
arguing from the perspective of, he should be able to express his opinion. He has a shitty opinion anyway. So,
no, but it's shitty to who though? Like it's different from yours. That's why you think it's shitty.
There's an objectively.
But why? Maybe he thinks your opinion is objectively shitty.
So
that's what I'm trying. But you get to express yours because it aligns with the powers that be. You get to have a.
I'm not sending my fans to harass people. My 8 fans who listen to my podcast every week.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, yeah, obviously, yes. Once you start crossing the line, I haven't heard of that to be honest with you. So I would have to kind of look into it. But yes, obviously, yes. If you're sending people to harm other people, then that becomes an issue. You know what I mean? Yeah. I guess we'll wrap up on that, bro. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in for this week's episode. We release them every single Wednesday. Follow us on all platforms, on Instagram at Roby Hollywood, ROBIHOLLYWOOD. My man, give him your socials.
On Instagram, it's at MOSUH_. YouTube, it's just Musa spelled the same without the underscore. I have a podcast I'm going to get Robbie on at some point.
Boom.
Good. We never talked about that before. Is this?
Yeah.
Edit this out. No.
No, for sure.
Okay,
for sure.
All right. Yeah.
All right, and please subscribe, share the podcast if you enjoyed it. The more subscribers we get, the better. And we'll just keep trying to feed you this dope content, man. Until next time, stay black.